In a village near the banks of the mighty Niger River lived a young man named Chinedu. He was known far and wide for his good looks, his smooth words, and his ability to charm any woman he desired. Tall and muscular, with deep brown eyes that sparkled like the stars, Chinedu never struggled to get attention. The women of the village adored him, and he reveled in their admiration. Chinedu was a fisherman by trade, and every morning he would set out in his canoe, casting his nets into the river while whistling a cheerful tune. But his true passion was not fishing, it was womanizing. From one woman to another, Chinedu moved like the river current, never staying long enough to form a real bond. To him, love was a game, and the hearts of women were mere toys for his amusement. The village elders often warned him about his ways. Chinedu, you must stop this life of flitting from one woman to the next, they would say. Your actions will one day bring great misfortune. But Chinedu would only laugh. I am young and free, he would reply. No woman can hold me down, and no consequence will catch up to me. And so, he continued his carefree life, believing he was untouchable. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an orange glow over the river, Chinedu noticed a woman standing at the water's edge. She was beautiful, more beautiful than any woman he had ever seen. Her long, dark hair flowed down her back like a waterfall, and her skin shimmered in the fading light as if touched by the very essence of the river. Intrigued, Chinedu approached her, his usual charm at the ready. Good evening, beautiful one, he said with a grin. What brings you to the river at this hour? Surely, it cannot be loneliness. For someone as lovely as you must never be alone. The woman smiled, but there was something strange about her smile, something unsettling. I come here to think, she replied, her voice soft but filled with mystery. And what of you, fisherman? Why do you wander the riverbanks with words as smooth as the water? Chinedu was intrigued by her cryptic response, and even more so by her beauty. He spent the evening with her, telling her stories of his fishing adventures, of the village, and of the many women who adored him. The mysterious woman listened but said little about herself. As the night grew darker, Chinedu could not help but feel drawn to her. He leaned closer and whispered, "Tell me your name, so I may whisper it to the stars." The woman's smile widened, and her eyes gleamed. My name is Amina, and I am not like the others. Chinedu thought nothing of her warning. He saw only her beauty and desired her. That night, they spent the hours together by the river, and Chinedu thought he had conquered yet another heart. The next morning, Chinedu awoke alone by the riverbank. The woman, Amina, had vanished without a trace. He shrugged it off, thinking she had simply left before sunrise. But as he prepared to set out for his usual fishing trip, something strange happened. As Chinedu pushed his canoe into the river, the waters, usually calm and gentle, began to stir. The river churned violently, tossing his canoe back toward the shore. He tried again, but the water refused him, pushing him back no matter how hard he tried to sail. Perplexed, he sat by the river, staring at the tumultuous waves. The sky was clear, and there was no wind, yet the river seemed angry, as if alive with rage. Suddenly, a voice echoed from the depths of the water, "Chinedu, you have taken from the river, and now the river will take from you." Chinedu jumped to his feet, searching for the source of the voice, but saw no one. His heart pounded in his chest. Could it be that the river was speaking to him? He had heard stories of the river goddess, Memi Water, but he had never believed them. Was this her doing? Unnerved, Chinedu returned to the village, but as the days passed, the river's wrath did not subside. Each time he tried to fish, the waters would grow wild, preventing him from making his living. His once prosperous life began to fall apart, and soon, word of his strange misfortune spread throughout the village. The women who had once adored him now avoided him, whispering about a curse. Chinedu's charm no longer worked, and for the first time in his life, he felt powerless, desperate, Chinedu sought the counsel of the village's oldest and wisest woman, womanizing. She had seen many things in her lifetime and was known to have a deep connection with the spirits. Chinedu knelt before her, his pride shattered. "Mama, I do not know what has happened to me. The river has turned against me, and I cannot fish. I fear I am cursed." Womanizing looked at him with knowing eyes. "You have been careless, Chinedu. The river goddess, Memi Water, does not take kindly to men who disrespect women. You have broken many hearts, but none so dangerously as that of the woman by the river." Chinedu's heart sank. "The woman by the river? Amina? She is no ordinary woman," Womanizing said gravely. "She is the spirit of the river herself, sent to test you. You failed her test, Chinedu, and now you must pay the price." Chinedu's mind raced. How could he have known? He had thought she was just another woman, but she was the goddess in disguise, sent to punish him for his womanizing ways. "Is there nothing I can do?" he pleaded. "Please, Mama, help me." Womanizing sighed. "There is one way, but it will not be easy. You must return to the river, seek out Memi Water, and beg for her forgiveness. Only she can lift the curse, but be warned, Chinedu, you will not leave the river the same man you once were." That night, Chinedu returned to the river, his heart heavy with fear and regret. He knelt at the water's edge, calling out to Memi Water, "Goddess of the river, I have wronged you. I have wronged the women of this land, and I am truly sorry. Please, forgive me and lift this curse, for I have learned my lesson." For a long time, there was silence. The river remained still, and Chinedu feared his pleas had fallen on deaf ears. But then, the water began to shimmer, and from its depths rose the figure of the beautiful woman, Amina, the goddess herself. Her eyes glowed with an ethereal light, and her voice echoed through the night air. "Chinedu, you have misused the gift of charm that was given to you. You have caused pain and sorrow, and now you seek redemption. But redemption comes at a price." Chinedu bowed his head. "I will pay whatever price is required." Memi Water approached him, her gaze piercing. "You will no longer be the man you were. Your beauty, your charm, and your smooth words, they will be taken from you. In their place, you will find humility and a heart that truly understands the value of love and respect." Chinedu's heart ached, but he knew he had no choice. "I accept." With a wave of her hand, the goddess touched his forehead, and in an instant, Chinedu felt his body change. When he looked into the water, he no longer saw the handsome, charming man he once was. His face had aged, his once youthful features now weathered and humbled. Memi Water's voice softened. "You will live your life in service to others, and only then will you find peace. Go now, Chinedu, and remember the lesson you have learned." From that day on, Chinedu was a changed man. He no longer sought the admiration of women, nor did he rely on his charm to get what he wanted. Instead, he became known as a kind and humble fisherman who helped those in need. He treated women with respect and taught the young men of the village the importance of honoring the hearts of others. The river no longer raged against him, and his fishing prospered once more. But Chinedu never forgot the lesson of the river goddess, and he spent the rest of his days ensuring that others learned from his mistakes. The tale of Chinedu and the curse of the river goddess spread throughout the land, serving as a reminder to all who heard it. Charm and beauty may win hearts, but true love and respect are the foundations of a life well lived.